So here's the lifestyle boutique business model. It's based on what Tom Youngs teaches about scale by create or launch. That's his business model, wherein it's based upon this particular research of Google, right? The 7-11-4 rule, wherein consumers were now studied to not just directly get onto a funnel and buy randomly from people. Rather, they want to consume 7 hours of content over 11 touch points and 4 locations. So let's get into the model ASAP. What happens here is, so this is the old model, right? A funnel. You just get a lot of eyeballs and then you throw them inside this funnel and try to sell them. So you have a stranger who you call a lead and you want them to pay you a lot of money and make the case study out of them. It used to work in the past. You could run a lot of Facebook ads. It was quite cheap in the day because the technology was new back then, thanks to Facebook. And you have all your Alex Beckers and whatnot, playing this model. So yeah, right now it doesn't work. And what works now is the flywheel strategy, wherein you take a stranger, you make him your follower. So you give him a lot of your content, right? And it's about easing through access layers, wherein you have a free layer of content, and we will go into the intricacies of how to build that. And you then make him a lead, then a low ticket customer. So you give them some BTCs, which is behind the curtain offers, some cheaper products that you're nurturing them more and more. And then finally, once you think they're ready, you make them a high ticket client and use them as a case study, and then you can recycle the flywheel. So it's about how much time can you nurture your lead for. It's not about how fast you can convert them to a client. So it could take 2 years, it could take as long as it requires. Just let's go DND. So yeah, but it could take as long as the model requires, right? Basically 2 years. When the person is ready, you're there to be with them, or have them buy from you. So this is the model, the one simple flywheel. This is what Tom teaches, and it starts from a simple ad, right? So what he uses, we'll go into the depth of that. Then he gains leads from that ads and he pushes them into a community. So you can probably run this on Skool, you can run this on YouTube, like you have your YouTube videos, that's a part of your community. But mainly having a school with a lot of courses and people around, that's what builds that camaraderie for that particular lead, like they're getting some value. And then they go on to the next step, wherein you're leading them to a certain video. This a community could also be like a email list, so getting them into that also makes sense. So it's a quite intricate funnel. We'll look into that ahead, but yeah, there's email and Skool. Then there could also be a higher level community that comes in at the end. So the one simple video, so what Tom uses is, so like we have many creators, so I don't have a video here, but yeah, Tom uses his simple video wherein he talks about how to make $20,000 a month. He leads everyone to that one video, which now has 84,000 views, and it's just produced at the end of 2024, and he barely has like 20,000 subscribers. And that's basically his entire framework, and that's what sells the entire concept of the flywheel to potential people who want to work with them. And it's not only one business model that can use this, it's like everyone really similar but different business models that use the one simple video. And like, let's have a look at some creators right away. So like, let's just look at Tom first because he's right here. So this is the video he uses, the exact part to $20,000 a month, and he's like standardize that number because 10,000 used to be that number for many people, and he's like, no, it's 20 now, and this is the way you do it. And he kept leading people, and the way he did this video was also like an entire series which he ran, and he put it as a course on his school now. So we'll just have a look at that. So let's look at some more channels. So you have Iman Ghazi's VSL, which he deleted, but he got like $20 million on that one VSL, and that was amazing. Then there is, I see one new creator doing this, so Bravos. So if you look at Bravos macro, this particular video acts as that one simple video, wherein these guys normally create the analysis video, as we know, but they've created a separate channel. So they have like a 500,000 main channel, and this is the separate channel wherein they're like making a lot of sauce about how to trade. The only video you need about trading. Now there are a lot of less views here because it's just 10 days, but we will see that over time this goes to like 100,000 views because they're using it as a redirect, right? They're sending people from their main audiences to this particular video, and as a CTA there they lead them to a higher ticket product. That is their one simple offer. So there they sell like a high ticket coaching, or maybe cheaper, or a community with different kinds of layers of ticket product, lower ticket product. So the lock-in based principles here is we need a high ticket offer wherein we have a few buyers. It's really simple operations and the profit stays really high, and this is all pretty simple stuff. The core problem, I think the product part is mostly solved for people, but you need one problem, one person, and a plan and a promise to sell to them. The 4 P's. We use flywheels, we don't use funnels. So pretty much broke that down, and it takes time. So we just design the entire infrastructure. We'll go through like this is how Tom has done it. So he has like a classroom, and he's made that entire course here. So this was on YouTube as well. He's made that entire thing, that the same video series he ran on YouTube, he made it like a course over here on the community, and it's a free thing, and there are multiple free courses here, and at the same time there are paid things over here. So this is a under the behind the curtains offer, the one simple community, the one simple ad, the private course. This is his main scale 20 course, and that's probably an asynchronous high ticket, and then he has a one-on-one high ticket. So that's that. Then no calls exactly. They DM him to close or close on the doc. So there's like a doc he sends them, basically like a payment processing thing. And warm amplification. So reinvest 15 to 20% of revenue. So whatever money you make, you just reinvest into ads, into retargeting ads, not cold ads. So he calls it the scale tax. So just fix that number, 15% or 20% goes into ads. So now we'll go into the intricate level of all of this. So the depth is here. So you have your 4 P's, your problem, person, pain, promise. You clearly define this, like I did this for myself. So for me, it's like I help finance creators add $300,000 a month in 90 days with the content flywheel. That's IG to Skool to YouTube to behind the curtain offers and asynchronous coaching. So it does not need to be just one-on-one. It could literally be asynchronous, like something like so there's like TIA premium, right? And that's a $2,000, $1,500 product. Now it will be a $2,000 product, stuff like that. So you never need sales calls again. And even if you don't do sales calls already, you're dependent on like a funnel wherein you're just hard selling people, or sending them to an email and hard selling them there. It's quite tough. Rather you provide them more value over time, and once they're ready, you're actually there. Because a lot of people fall apart, as we see in the funnel model, which is over here. A lot of people just fall apart the funnel. They just fall down, they fall right through it. But in the flywheel, you're storing energy. You're just storing so much of energy. You're storing the people, you're giving them value, and you're there when they need it the most, when they're ready to buy the high ticket offer. Pretty basic stuff there. Now comes the main part, the architecture, the infrastructure, or the architecture, however you want to call it. So firstly, you have a free hub and community plus email. So we see that email lists are really an important part. Your own garden, this is the people you own, and even the community, because you can run it on Skool. So you start building an access stack. So you start with free, so you build a lot of content on YouTube and everything. You talk about stuff, and then you give them a lot of resources, and you do this on Skool as well, right? So this is how Tom does it on Creator Launch. He has his Skool, which is free, right? And then he has a community, which is also Skool, and it's also his email, right? His email list. And as they go up, as the people evolve within his flywheel, they liberate towards getting access to the inner circle, which they have to pay for because they're ready for it. And that's exactly what's described over here. So you start from free, you go to your resources, that is the free courses, and maybe then you start buying courses. So you're showing, so it's basically like the entire funnel model, wherein you get people on a webinar. The only difference is on the webinar you're hard selling people, but in the flywheel model you're literally value selling people. You're giving them free value, and then you're giving them a bit of like a paid ticket value, and letting them use that, make money off that, do whatever they want with that knowledge. and once they're ready, get towards mentorship and higher ticket offers, coaching, consultant, partnerships, whatever goes on from there. Like, that's how it goes. So this is how one of the examples is trust transactions. This is what it's called, behind the curtain offers. So like, this guy sold a lot of public seats for private workshops, and he made like $6,000 just with those for free. Like, it's like a limited time event, but what he did is he bundled those events into one-time purchases that we see into the stuff over here. So you have like $295 this, $295 this, and there's now another layer to this wherein he runs many chat automations, right? So he's like, DM me the word pina colada. He'll just say it in the middle of his video. He'll say it in his reel. He'll run ads with that, and he'll make it so interesting that when people see those ads, and we'll look at that right now. So whenever people see those ads, like if you see over here, so he has a lot of ads like these, right? Comment the word scale, comment the word roadmap, sometimes it's even DM me the word this and that, and then people get access to the paid stuff, and it's kind of more engaging. So yeah, that builds a lot of trust there. So free hub, behind the curtain offers, of course, micro purchases anywhere between $29 to $200, workshop seats, SOP bundles, anything around that. Then you finally have your core program. So it could be 8 to 12 months or 6 to 12 months with your asynchronous delivery, that is your web weekly group calls, DM portal answers, basic stuff. So yeah, and then there's another layer that is optional, but it's very good. It's the premium access, which everyone wants. Is limited synchronous, where you have only 3 to 5 slots, and you can price it anywhere between $5,000 to $20,000 or even more. And you close all of this without sales calls. So you just have like an offer document wherein you find the people in your community who are ready to buy. In your school, you make a post. In your email list, you make a post. On your YouTube, you make a post. You just make a post everywhere, and whoever is there in the flywheel, ready at the moment, within the span of 2 years, is going to buy, because it's just common science, right? It's the common understanding that they probably binged you, and there's a more deeper layer to how to do this. So now the course is also important. So the main reason why people don't get results is because of all of this, right? Overwhelm, confusion, overthinking, lack of clarity, and all of these things. So how do you get them through it is with gamified education. So this is based on this particular book, The Checklist Manifested. So you on Skool, you can run these sort of courses. This is scale 20, wherein the courses are locked, and you need to have like a certain proof of taking a step. And once you've done that in level 1, then you go to level 2 and level 3, and you have to actually complete stuff to get to the next level. The course completion rates on many platforms is like 15%, 20%, which is too less. But on this platform, it's actually gamified, and it gets a higher percent of completion, and that's what gets people results. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Now coming on to how do we get people to trust us a lot. So it's mainly your channels and roles. So you need to have your short form, the tofu, like people use the top of funnel. Now you have top of flywheel. So you choose like one short form platform, like Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, but I don't know about Twitter ads, but I think Instagram is one of the best platforms with advertising, meta ads. So you post 1 to 2 times. You keep posting every now and then. You post a lot of POV content, processes, proofs, offers. Build a lot of that, like Tom does it, and you build ads around that as well. So that gets a lot of engagement, and it could be retargeted with people who are already sort of talking with the content, is already sort of playing with the content, looking at your Insta profile, and you just retarget those people. And then you have these your long form videos that has to be going, and not only like you can have your lecture that builds the trust every week, every day, whatever it is. Supposedly you're doing crypto videos, it's every day, but there could also be more layers to this, which is down here. So something like this. So yeah, it's the same thing here. The content system, you have a lot of short form videos to point of view, new rules, myths, identities. You're constantly breaking limiting beliefs of people, giving them processes, giving them case studies that the thing actually works, some offers here and there, free offers, behind the curtain offers, or actually the, as I said, the main product offer, the high ticket or asynchronous offer. And yeah, long form stuff never stops. So you teach your mechanisms, you teach whatever you're actually leading towards in the main, and you have your CTAs, that is DM me the word uh, so and so, like DM me the word scale and I'll send you the particular thing. Basic stuff like that builds a lot of engagement, and you need to build a very strong brand. So you need to build something like the authority diamond, like you have Chandler and Joey here. So strengths, passions, beliefs, habits, vices, you need to show everything online and get that resonance with people. You need to build your Netflix style bingeable content pieces. So you have a lot of YouTube videos, you keep putting that out and people keep watching it like over the entire weekend, and over time they get reciprocity from your reciprocity bank, and then you will be paid for that by you're depositing these sales assets. They will compound over time. Your goal is to just be there when it's now, that is any time between a day to 2 years. So you create your universe of long form content using the authority diamond, this, and the cult plan blueprint, which is, like Tom does it in his videos. It's, you have your world, your conviction, your journey, your results, your transformation, your identity. So it's basically like where he's located. So he's like, I'm at London, this is the board of destiny wherein he writes all his key stuff. Then he has his the desk of truth or something like that, crazy stuff. And then his journal has a certain name. So it's a lot of stuff. Then his results, transformation he provides, and it's visible in his own life. So basic stuff that you need to mention and make sure it's shown enough. You need to show your world, your stories, and your proof. So very important. Then few other people do this. So Iman Ghazi, the prime example of the flywheel. He has his main channel wherein he talks about basic fundamentals. Then he has a vlog channel so that people can binge him for entertainment. Then he has a business channel on the side wherein he just talks about flywheels and how to build a lot of money. Or you have Bravos, who does his research videos, and then he has a macro channel, he has a crypto channel. So that's basically how it works. And Tom is doing this with so he has his main channel, he has his podcast channel wherein he goes raw, unfiltered, without cuts, without edits, just creating extreme breakdown of a lot of technical content. And then he even has a golf channel, which I've not gone through, but and he has his Spotify podcast. So it's basically the Tom Young's podcast, and maybe some of his main videos going into his Spotify over here, and people can binge through that and get to know him more. That's how the flywheel works. So it's building up that energy with repurposing as well. And the way we can do that with YouTube videos is like, supposedly you have raw analysis videos. If you want to sort of build this energy, you repurpose those into animation videos and then you post it on a separate channel. Simple as that. And even the great Hormozi does this with Spotify, the game. So getting back to the thing here, you build your trust and you keep a minimal team. You have yourself, you have an editor, minimal ops, and just keep building all of this with as much as ease as possible. Then so pretty much building out this infrastructure is the most important, that you have multiple channels, you have every video being posted, you have your Instagram content going out in the form of ads as well, retargeting ads, so that you have your top of flywheel really well primed out, and you capture those leads, you send them towards your behind the curtain offers, towards your freebies. You just send them towards the particular thing over here, the access stack that you built. That's the main infrastructure and your email list. So another look is the simple ad, which is very important. So you run Instagram ads daily on short form, and we say comment the keyword, use ManyChat automations, which is DM me the word this, and I will send you the link. And you give them something like your free community. You give them something really, you present it as really exclusive in your reels. You run ads on that, retargeting ads, and you just get people excited. And then you send them the resource. But before sending the resource, you collect their email and get them on your email list. And you push them to your long form videos. So how Tom does this is he sends some emails. So these are the kind of, he makes a copy and he gives some proof. This is how one of his clients got some proof, and here's the video. This is his podcast channel. So that's kind of sending energy back, sending people back towards the longer pieces of content above the access stack. That's from low investment, that's your Instagram reels, your short form content, towards your YouTube videos that are shorter to longer, to your community videos which are entire courses. And that gets people more and more involved and more in resonance with the 7-11-4 Google research framework. So paid amplification, as we went through, 15% tax compulsory, and Tom spends like, so this is one of the emails I got. So he made $161,000 using this ad strategy, which was barely $3,200 in March and April combined, and he made $161,000 from 19 high ticket clients in without any sales calls, no appointment setters, no closings, no funnels. He made it while enjoying his marathons and holidays in Dubai, Ibiza, and Barcelona. So he barely worked 10 hours a week, and yep, the costs were like the Instagram editor, the YouTube editor, and the tech stack. And he got a commission from Skool because he gets people on Skool, and Skool has a referral program. So if you make communities, so whoever the people are working under him, like his clients, he tells them open a Skool account with my link, and boom, that's the referral, the commission, and his accountant. So mostly it's like 96.3% profit, and it's a 27 ROI. So that's exactly why this model beats the other models of funnels and targeting strangers. You retarget people and you use these Instagram posts and just build a lot of engagement. So the creatives, now we'll have a look at his creatives. So the top 3 posts like he puts his like it's about him basically. So this is his story, it's pinned post. So whenever people visit your profile, you need to have like, your bio needs to be done well, but you also need to have like a pinned post about your story, your concept, and something more over here. I think that's also about his business, so creator launch basically. So have carousels around that, and you keep doing the regular work of posting about your proofs and whatever we've mentioned here, right? Above here, the point of views, processes, proofs, offers. So that's the content system that compounds over time pretty fast for short form actually, and I think we've gone through it all. So this is the flywheel framework, and it would be of crucial use to see it be sort of implemented within your business, because funnels will no longer be valid in the next few years with the rise of Skool especially, because people are getting smarter as time passes. Right? Getting back to my screen, people are getting smarter as time passes. Like trust is at an all-time low. So there's this sort of graph, like you have all of the people in the start who used to give a lot of guarantees. Let me share my mind. They used to give a lot of guarantees. They used to give a lot of fake promises, and then used to have a list of things that the reason you've not succeeded is because you were an idiot, and that has caused a lot of drop in trust. So people aren't buying out left, right, and center. They're waiting. They're taking their time, trusting the person, consuming as much as content as possible, going through some touch points, investing a bit, seeing how that works, and then over the long term buying something more expensive and worth an investment. That's a high ticket product. So yeah, I think the next step would be definitely building out infrastructure for this, and I think the first piece of infrastructure would be the Skool, and also certain YouTube channels. Like if you already have your main, you should have some other ones wherein you go a bit more timeless if it's just time based content, so that you can build more relatability with the customers, with the people watching the content, and authenticity. And an Instagram account for sure, with the advertising campaigns, meta ad campaigns, and retargeting, so that we can have that as the top of the flywheel, and then lead people towards our school, YouTube, and email list. And then from there, have them enjoy in that infrastructure, have some low ticket offers in there, basic stuff, right? Package as low ticket. And then once they're ready, they'll automatically come towards the high ticket, which everyone has already created infrastructure for, but no one has created the intermediaries that are required in today's day and age. So yeah, let's just have a look at all this and get back to me, and if needed we can get to building the infrastructure, that is the school community first, and just slowly tinging the concepts towards people. So we're up 26 minutes now into this, so I think I'll stop here. That's it. Message me when you're ready. Peace out.